Alrighty, awesome. Well, good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be talking about database health, and I wanted to offer a refreshed view of your database, and just kind of running through some numbers and how to pull different reports and things like that. So I just wanted to take a look at your database and make sure we're on track to meet our goals for 2026. A few things I wanted to get started. So I created a 6-minute video that we're going to watch that kind of walks through everything that I'm going to talk about today. But I wanted to let you guys know I got this from a playbook from KW. So it's KW's that Million Dollar Real Estate Agent playbook for looking at your database. But I didn't think it'd be all that interesting for me to read through this 16-page PDF with you, so I put it into Notebook LM, which is an AI I've been kind of working with, experimenting with, and created a really short video that we're going to go over. But I also wanted to show where you can find all of these playbooks in Command because everybody has access to them um, to go through and study literally every topic that revolves around business and real estate and all of that. So if you go into Command and you go to Connect, which is in the middle up here. So Command, right here next to that is Connect. And this is kind of the training portion of Command. If you scroll down and hit Playbooks, this is literally going to offer every PDF, every training or model or anything like that offered by KW available for you to download as a PDF. So that's how I was able to get this right here. And I just dropped it into Notebook LM as well as a few different answer articles for the tech side of Command. Um, and that's how I was able to create this video. So we're just going to watch this really quick and then see if you have any questions and go from there. Make this bigger for you.
Hey, welcome. So, if you're an agent, chances are you've got a contact list that's just massive. But what if I told you that list isn't just a list, it's a hidden gold mine? Today, we're going to crack open a playbook that shows you exactly how to turn your database from a simple list of contacts into your single most valuable business asset. Let's jump in. Okay, it all starts with this one core idea from Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. It's a really simple sentence, right? But it's an absolute game changer. We have to stop thinking of our contacts as just a list of names and numbers. We've got to start seeing them for what they really are, the foundation, the bedrock of our entire business. But here's the tough question we all need to ask ourselves. Is that database really an asset or is it becoming a liability? Because there's this alarming trend happening right now where agents are building these huge databases, but their actual outreach, their connection with those people just isn't keeping up. And that leads to conversion rates that absolutely plummet, turning that potential gold mine into a liability that can literally cost you millions in lost revenue. So, how do we fix this? Well, we've got a clear 4-step game plan. First, we're going to really understand the hidden assets you're sitting on. Then, we'll do the math to calculate its true value. Step 2, we'll maximize the leads you already have. Step 3 is all about making quality connections. And finally, we'll learn how to inspect your system to guarantee success. All right. First up, let's talk about the problem with having a big database. Because here's the thing, the issue isn't the size. The problem comes when your contact list grows, but your engagement, your actual connection, doesn't grow with it. And look, this isn't just about missing out on a few deals here and there. When the quality of your outreach goes down, your cost to get new leads goes up and your conversion rates go down. You end up spending more and more money for worse and worse results. It is a financial drain hiding in plain sight. Okay, enough about the problem. Let's get into the solution. Step 1 is all about doing the math. We need to stop guessing and start actually quantifying what our database is really worth. So to make this super real, let's use the example from the playbook. We've got a database with 15,000 contacts. Sound like a familiar number? This is our starting point. Now let's put a pretty conservative dollar amount on that. Let's say it costs you about $26 to get one single new lead. Well, the replacement cost for this database is already a staggering $390,000. That's the value you are sitting on right this second. But hold on, we're not even done yet. When we factor in a 3-year value multiplier, that database becomes a $1.17 million asset. Yeah, you heard that right, over $1 million. So let me ask you, are you treating your contact list like $1 million asset? Does your calendar, your schedule reflect that value? Now This is where it gets really interesting. The agent in our example is converting at 1.5%. That's 227 deals. Not bad, right? But a healthy, well-managed database should be converting at around 4%. And for them, that's 600 potential deals. The difference? 379 missed opportunities. That is a massive amount of income just left on the table. So, how do you close that massive gap? You start by measuring the quality of your data. Tools like the KW Command Database Health Score are perfect for this. See every piece of information, the name, the phone number, the email, the physical address, it's all critical. The more complete your data is, the higher your score is going to be, and the better your chances of actually closing those deals. Okay, once you know your numbers, it is time for step two, maximizing the leads you already own. The goal here is simple, slow the spend. Stop pouring money into new leads until you've tapped the incredible potential that's already sitting in your database. And the playbook gives us four super clear actions. First, go find all those leads you haven't talked to in a while. Second, check if their contact info is even right. Third, you can use a service to fill in any data that's missing. And finally, you treat these old leads like they're brand new with an aggressive follow-up plan, like the 12 Days of Gain, which is just a multi-touch campaign designed to wake those cold leads back up. Now, here is a fantastic pro tip. I love this. Take those old dusty leads you haven't contacted, pull them out, and give them to a team member as a totally fresh list. Think about it. To them, these are brand new opportunities. It's such a simple, brilliant way to create value from data you thought was dead. All right, so now we're re-engaging our database. It's time for step three, focusing on the quality of our outreach, not the quantity, the quality. This is how you're really going to boost your repeat and referral business. The playbook gives us this incredibly powerful filter for every single piece of marketing you do, the needed and useful test. It's simple. Before you send that email, before you mail that postcard, just ask yourself one question. Is this genuinely needed and useful to the person who's about to get it? If the answer is no, don't send it. Find something that is. And here is a perfect real world example of this in action. Instead of sending some generic postcard that's just going to end up in the trash, Agent Anna Kalinsky delivered 10,000 branded leaf bags right when everyone in the neighborhood was doing fall yard work. Now that is both needed and useful. It's memorable, it's valuable, and it builds incredible goodwill. And that brings us to the final and, maybe the most important step of all, inspect for success. Look, a great plan is totally useless if you don't execute it consistently. This is all about building a system that holds you accountable. And don't think of this as some kind of chore. I'm telling you, this weekly inspection could be the single most profitable 30 minutes of your entire week. This is where you make sure that $1 million asset we've been talking about is actually working for you. So here's a checklist to guide you. Just ask yourself, are my reactivated leads on that follow-up plan? Are my active buyers getting automated property emails? Are you calling the people who have been active in your database? And maybe the most important one, are you completing all your tasks when they're actually due? This simple inspection is what keeps the whole system running like a well-oiled machine. And just to get your own creative juices flowing, here are some more fantastic ideas that absolutely pass that needed and useful test. You could do a shredding party around tax time, a community movie night in the park, or what about a giveaway for a session with a professional organizer? These are high-value touches that will make people remember you. So we end right back where we started. Your database isn't just a list, it's a $1 million asset. The only question left is, what are you going to do with your most profitable 30 minutes this week to make sure it performs like one?
Awesome. So like I said, that video is super short, but I do think it has really good points and offers a few different things that we can look at to look at our business and just make sure kind of gauge where we should be, where we are, and what steps we can take to kind of close that gap. So again, this class was going to be super short. We have a roofing lunch and learn coming up after this, so I wanted to respect that vendor's time. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I'm more than happy to go through anything, send you any materials or anything like that. Thank you so much.